Around 2 years ago, I was kind of down and out, and I was like, I need to start working out harder. So I went to this place called LB's. It's like a boot camp type of punching bags and stuff, and I was doing good. And then I was just like working out, and I would get out of the bathroom, and I would always work out right there in the first little station. And then one day it was just like weird. Like I was talking to the girl that was next to me, and I was just, hello, how you doing, conversating. And I look over, and there was a lady there, and I was like, she looked like she was kind of like thrown off, or like looked like she was jealous that I was talking to this girl. And I was like, what the heck, this is weird. I was like, oh well, probably no mind. So I just kept working out, and then that lady, she started talking to me. Hello, good morning, hi, good morning, and good evening, good morning, good evening, good morning. And I was like, I had a interest at the time. It really wasn't nobody, so I wasn't really thinking about, oh, I'm going to the gym to be looking at girls like that. I really don't do that. I don't go to the gym to be looking at girls, or I don't go places to be looking at that. I'm not the type of person to be looking at a girl like that, or be none of that stuff. If I like a girl, I try to talk to her, and like that's it. I don't go places looking for that. So I wasn't at the gym looking for that at the moment. So what happened was, we had a bunch of like little tiny hello, good morning, little conversations like that. And then one day she says, it was Sweetest Day, she says, or it was about to be Sweetest Day that weekend, she says to me, do you have is your girlfriend taking you out tonight? And I was like, no, she's not taking me out. I was like, no. And then I just like left. No, bye, see you later. And I walked and I left. And then I was like, we ended up being Facebook friends. So then I messaged her that day, because I was like, I wonder why I was like, oh, I think it was before that. I seen her. Was it before that? Yeah, I don't know if it was before that or after that. I seen her at Bar 145. One night, me, my brother, my sisters, everybody went out to Bar 145. And I seen her there. And I seen her all dressed up. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, Dito, Yamle, look, that's the girl from the gym. They're like, oh, okay, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so freaking beautiful. Because I've always seen her at the gym, her hair pulled up, no makeup on, she's just sweating, working out. So I didn't, and I wasn't even looking for a girl at the time. So then I think after that, I had missed a week of the gym, and I seen her at the bar, and I was like, I seen her at the bar, and I was like, it's, I was like, I bought her a drink, I gave her a hug. She asked me, why haven't I been to the gym? And I said, I'm going to start going to the gym on Monday. So then I went to the gym on Monday, when we started like talking a little bit more. And then, like, not a little bit more, but we started like just communicating a little bit more, like, good morning, how you doing, a little bit more. And then finally she asked me about, did I have a date for, and I was like, I told her, I just like said no, and I just walked away. And then later on that night, I messaged her on Facebook, and I said, because I was like thinking like, yeah, like, no duh, I'm so fucking, sometimes I'm an idiot. I don't see it right, like it's right, she's smacking me in the face with it, I don't even see it. It was like, I was like, what am I, like, and then I said, so I messaged her, I'm like, no, I don't have a date for Sweetest Day, because I don't have a girlfriend or whatever. I just had, me and that girl just had cut quits, we cut it off. Anyways, so I was like, yeah, like, and then we ended up like going, I said, let's go meet, or I don't know if, yeah, I think I just asked her, like, let's go on a date. We went on our first date, Bar 145 on Sweetest Day. And I went there, and then the bartender was my sister's daughter. Well, I mean, it's like my sister's stepdaughter. She was the bartender. She was like, hi, Yogi, hi, Sandra. She knows both of us through different parts of life. And we had a great time, and from that day, man, I swear to God, she doesn't even believe me, but I mean, the people that know me believe me. I love so hard that from that day, the way she treated me, the niceness she was, the nice person she was from that day, I was like, man, this could be it, you know? This could be the one. Because she was so nice, so caring. She didn't drink and drive. She said that if she needed to call an Uber, her dad would pick her up. She's never drank and drive. I'm like, what, are you serious? I don't even know if that's true, but that's what she says. And she swears up and down she doesn't drink and drive ever. She's never has. And she's so amazing. She's so good. She's so nice. Oh my God. She's the best. Anyways, so come to find out, I was like her gym crush, right? She noticed me right away, and then she was like telling her friends. She would call her friends after the gym, like, oh, my gym crush is here. Oh, he was here. And she used to spy on me behind like the things, like, I don't know if she did. I always tell her that. She gets so mad when I say that. She's gonna be mad when I got my microphone right here. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is my microphone right here. So that's part of my love story. And then we have so much in common. We both have very loving, like, oh man, we're about to be we actually getting married. We're getting married on the same day as our first date. 2 years later, we're getting married. What happened? So we started dating. Everything's wonderful. We're dating great. You know, we finally came and met her daughter. She finally met my kids. And what's crazy is on our first date, she actually met my kids. On our first date, we were walking into, our second date. Our second date, I was like, let's go to a Longhorns or something. And we're walking into Longhorns, and my son and my daughter and walked out. And I was like, hi. And I was like, look, hi. And then it was just like a really quick hello, because they didn't really know. And I was like on my second date. So it was like, but it was crazy. It was so weird, funny. But yeah. And then, so then we started going on dates. And then, you know, I knew she was the one. And then we just like had such a good bond. We've never like gotten into arguments. We don't get into fights. We've never been in an argument. We've never been in no fights, nothing like that. I never raised my voice to her. I think I made her sad one time. It was about nothing. We had our first fight, but our first fight was about some little stupid thing that it was nothing. Our first fight was like, she seen like a ex-boyfriend or something at the store, and she told me about it, and I was like, did you tell him you had a boyfriend? She's like, no, I didn't ask. And I was like, why not? Why didn't you tell him? And she was like, he didn't ask. We weren't talking about that. We're talking about school or something. And I was like, why wouldn't you tell him? I was like, why? What am I thinking? That was so stupid. I'm not even like that. But from that day, I was just like, I got kind of mad. But it was something so petty that we didn't get in an argument or nothing. We had one little tiny fight. That's it. Anyways, so then, so I had a couple really bad scares. So one day I'm cleaning one of my clients' houses. I'm mopping the floor, and my heart, like crazy, start beating really, really bad. And I have like a heart like murmur thing. I don't know, some electronic thing. I did all kinds of tests, and I didn't have anything clogged. I didn't have anything. They got like this thing inside my thigh. Like they had stuck a machine or a camera inside my arteries and stuff. It's crazy, man. That shit was nuts. Anyways, and then I was in the hospital, and then right after that, I came back, and then one day I woke up, and from my waist down, like all my legs were numb, my feet were numb, and it moved all the way up to my waist. And then I have this thing called traversus myelitis. So then, because like I always told her, I was thinking in my head, okay, I'm gonna be with Sandra for like a couple years, and I'm gonna propose to her, and I'm gonna get married, because I'm always thinking about pleasing everybody else. But really, I was like, I fucking love Sandra. I want to be with her for the rest of my life. I don't want to ruin this freaking moment and ruin all this because of thinking about what's gonna please everybody else. I need to think about what's gonna please me, and she pleases me. She's so nice to me. She's so good to me. Like, why wouldn't I make her my wife? And then all this stuff was happening to me. My heart, this bag thing, she's right there with me at the hospital. She's like, well, no, one time something happened and she was like in California chilling, but she was on vacation, it ain't her fault. Anyway, when she came home, she came straight to me. Like, so I'm like thinking like, nah, fuck this. So when I was in the hospital, I think for my traversus myelitis, that was another thing. Like that was like all kinds of like steroids. I was like, that's really when I started blowing up and getting really fat. And then I was like, forget this. I'm gonna just like, so I bought a ring online. I got online. When I was in jail, I bought a ring. And then it got delivered, and I went and picked it up, and I put it away. And then I made plans. I was looking for photographers. I was like, how do I get a photographer in like a different like space? So I started searching it, and then I found this app called Snapper. And in that app, you can actually get photographers from different places. And the first photographer I got a hold of, he told me, yeah, he was gonna do it. And then I told him that I wanted to propose to her because we were going to Cleveland for something. I forgot exactly. I think for that, I don't know. I don't really remember. I think we were just going to Cleveland I told her we're going to go to Cleveland. We're going to take pictures. I've always wanted to do that, like take family pictures, like at a park and stuff. I love that nature stuff. I love pictures. I love stuff like that. So I was like, we're going to do that. She had a feeling or whatever. I know she did. And then her friends all had a feeling, and it was, I mean, everybody knew, everybody knows me, everybody knew. My mom, I told my mom before, so everybody kind of knew it was coming. So I hired this photographer, Tyler. This dude, Tyler, he's awesome. He's from like, he was from Cleveland, he moved somewhere else one day. I already talked to him. One day I'm gonna go meet him and do a podcast with him anyways. I hired him. Him and his girlfriend came, they had like cameras and they're taking pictures, and he told her like the camera was like something that he was testing out, but really we're just gonna take pictures, so he didn't even know. So then we did like cameras, and then like he told us to turn here, turn there, and then there's a point where he told her to turn around, and she's like looking this way, and then that's the cue for me to pull out the ring, and I got on my knee, and I got on my knee, and I waited, and when he said, okay, you can turn around now, and she turned around, and I was sitting there proposing to her, and I told her that I love her, and then she makes me the happiest man in the world, and I think she thought about it for like 10 minutes, and then she found, she finally said yes. She did say yes right away, and it was so marvelous. It was so marvelous. It was a magical moment because everything got filmed. I got it all on videotape, everything. I got the whole thing a movie. Tyler made me a whole little movie. It's like a 4-minute movie clip, and it's so precious. I haven't showed everyone, and that's something I'm gonna show later on. I got ideas for that. That's something very special to me. Is the moment I proposed to my wife. Oh my God. As the moment I proposed to my fiance, that she's gonna become my wife. That to me is so special to me. You guys don't even understand. All I ever wanted to do in my life was have a family. Like I tried so many times, and it was just like failure after failure, and a lot of it was my own failures. You know, I don't blame any other body. I don't blame any woman, any of them for any of my failures. My failures are my failures, and I take my responsibilities for every single one of them, for every single one of the relationships that failed. I don't blame the woman, I blame myself, because if I would have did the things a man should have did, then I would still be in that relationship 100%. So I don't care. No man can ever say, oh, that woman did this because she did that because we do what we do, and we know what we do, and that's why the women do the shit they do, and that's why we have to change, and that's why I have changed. And I don't do the stuff that men do, because I know what men do, and I'm not like that no more. I don't cheat, I don't lie, I'm 100% honest with her, because I want 100% honesty from her, so I have to give 100% honesty to her, and that's the way I live. That's the way I've always lived. I have to treat her the same way that I want to be treated. The same way I want to be treated. And if I don't want her to lie to me and cheat on me, and then I don't do that to her. I respect her and I love her so much. She's so good to me. Anyways, what was I at? She's so amazing, man. Okay, so the proposal, and then, okay, so that night we went back to the room. We're like, okay, what are we gonna do? So I'm like, let's just go play, let's go to the casino. And she's like, oh, she really doesn't like casinos. I'm like, we'll go spend $100. And like, okay, so we went. We go to a machine, we play a slot machine. This casino had no freaking table games. No, it was like some weird casino in Cleveland. I don't know what it was. I forgot what it was called. I have it somewhere in the video. I'll share it one day. And then I was like, so it's just a slot machine. So I'm like, okay, so we were playing slot machines. I lost $20, $20. Our last $40. And I'm like, come on, baby, let's go in the high limit. And let's go in the high limit and see what we can do. She's like, no, because she don't really like casinos. So I'm like, let's go. So put in the $40. She sits down. She's like, first spin, nothing happens. Second spin, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, babe, you hit. She's like, what? The machine just keeps going up. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, babe, you hit it. It just keeps going up. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. It's like 4,500 or something. And she's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? I said, just wait. The guy comes. He's like, all right, give me your IDs. Like, he goes back. He's like, oh, she's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do with the money? I'm like, we'll just we'll just split it up and we'll pay bills. And she's like, no, babe, we should put it in our marriage fund. I was like, yes, we're getting married. We made some videos like, we're getting married. We made a couple TikToks. It's on my TikTok, I think somewhere. Scroll all the way down to my TikTok is there. Man, it was so nice. We ended up, so they came back and they were like, no, we can't give you the money because you don't, something happened with you don't have your Social Security. And she's like, my Social Security, my mom always has my Social Security. She's like, I'm like, oh my God, we're all in Cleveland. So then she's like, no, I think it's at the hotel. So I'm like, is it at the hotel? She's like, yeah. So I drive like 45 minutes to the hotel. I freaking get the Social Security card, and then I bring it to the thing. We call the attendant. She's there again. She freaking won 300 more while she's sitting there waiting for me. So we ended up walking out of there with $4,800 and starting the fund to get married. So you tell me if that's not the perfect freaking thing. I proposed to her that night. We won $4,800 to start our marriage fund. And ever since then, we've been planning our marriage and we've been doing so good. We got the bridal shower. The bridal shower just happened. We rented a car. You can see the pictures on my TikTok also. My TikTok is Yogi'Z, YOGIGACITA, Yogi'Z. You can see I do a lot of TikToks. I do inspirational stuff. Anyways, we rented a car. She rented this nice big old dress, so beautiful. And we got a photographer and we took pictures, and man, this is like, it's an amazing love story to me. Because not only that, you gotta understand, if me and her would have met earlier in life, it wouldn't have happened. There's no way. There's so many, even though she's really nice and I'm really nice, I was crazy, she was crazy. We had to basically learn. We're both 42. We both grew up in the same exact Toledo, and I've never really seen her ever. I've heard of her, but I've never seen her ever. I never knew her at all. That day, when I met her at the gym, that's the first time I ever met her. The first time she said hello is the first time I ever said hello to her. I never met her besides that. I've heard of her through the grapevine and stuff, but I've never ever met Sandra Vasquez until I met her at the gym. I don't care what nobody says. Everybody can say, people can have their own opinion and all that and their own ideas. I never planned on any of this. I never knew any of this was going to happen. I love her because I truly love her because she is the most wonderful person. If you truly know her and you truly know me, you would be like, yes, you guys are beautiful for each other, because really we are very, very, very alike, and we actually help each other out. And there's things that I need help from, and she tells me to calm down and don't get so excited. When I speak to people, I get very motivational, and sometimes she has to put her hand on my shoulder and tell me to calm down. And then I teach her, I motivate her about driving. She's kind of scared of driving. The other day I taught her how to drive a scooter. She's never drove a she's never rode a bike in her life, she says, and I taught her how to ride a scooter by by telling her that she believes in herself, holding onto the steering wheel and going, and then letting it go. She went by herself. Like, it's so amazing. Like, when you guide people the right way and you show people the right way and you love people the right way, it's just so many amazing things is possible, man. Like, people are so confused in this world. We have an amazing relationship, man. Like, I can't wait. Like, our next thing. So next we're getting married October 15th, and then we're planning on getting a house, and then I want her to start her own business because she works at H&M. She's a manager there, and she does great. She makes good money, and she's great, and she does that. But I want her to have like at least a side business, something. I think she likes to help with weddings and stuff. I want her to do like something. Maybe we can buy some rental equipment, There's stuff that we're buying for our wedding right now that I didn't rent and I bought, so we can rent it one day. So we're already kind of in the, we're gonna be in the wedding space a little bit, and I'll promote that stuff as I get some stuff. I'll promote it on Big Yogi's Garage, the podcast. You guys like my sign? This is what I want to do. So I'm gonna have my sign. This is like, I went to a comic book store, and I was like telling the guy, like, is there any comic books that is there any comic book heroes that went to prison? And he said, yeah, Luke Cage. Luke Cage was falsely in prison, and then he got out, and he beats up bad guys and stuff. So I like Luke Cage. I started learning about him just a couple of days ago. I mean, maybe like a week ago. And then I want, like, this is what I want. When people come to my podcast, I want to have like a shelving, eventually, like, I want this to be like a corner like this. I want it to be like a couch. I want it to be a couch setting, like 2 couches. Maybe I sit on one couch here and another guy sits here. This is the guy I talk to. We're both gonna have like these little microphones like this. And then I want shelving, so like people that can bring stuff, and then we can, like, say if someone's a painter, they can bring a painting, and someone's like an clothing guy, he can bring like a little thing, promotes his business or something, shirt, I don't know, maybe not shirts, but we can look at my cousin made this thing. It's called the Roach Motel. The Roach Motel is an ashtray. It's an ashtray. It's pretty sweet. If you guys are interested, let me know. And my favorite team. This is like something, this is gonna be a collectible one day. He has a lot of problems, Antonio Brown and everything, but just imagine all them problems is what's gonna bring this value. This cost me $19.99 the other day, but he had numbers. He had the numbers. If he would have stayed in Pittsburgh and stayed with Ben Roethlisberger, even though him and Ben didn't get along, they would have been like, they probably would have won more Super Bowls if Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and Ben Roethlisberger could have been better. But they were just, it's too much. When you got too many Eagles, it's just too much. They couldn't do it. They were just stupid, and whatever. Steelers are my favorite team. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers on my podcast. I'm going to talk about the Chicago Bulls on my podcast. I'm going to talk about the New York Yankees on my podcast. And I'm going to talk about, I like the hockey. I really don't like hockey too much, but I like the Pittsburgh hockey team. Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Penguins. And I like the Pittsburgh Pirates a little bit because I like the Yankees, but I like all them black and yellow teams also too, but I really don't follow baseball that much. So I like the New York Yankees is my favorite baseball team, and sometimes I go to the games. But a long time ago, I used to go to the games in Detroit, but I haven't been to a baseball game in years. I haven't did it. I've been to 2. I went to 2 Steelers games last year. I went to 2 Steelers games the year before. I think I went to 1 Steeler game the year before that. Like, I love the Steelers. Steelers and football is my thing, man. I like flag football. We're gonna talk about flag football. I got a bunch of guys to talk about flag football. We're gonna talk about prison stories, transformation stories. I want to talk about entrepreneurship. People that like have businesses that come on, tell me their transformation stories. I want to start with like, tell me your transformation story. Tell me something like that. And then I want to talk about mental health. I've had a lot of eating issues in my life. I like to eat. When I eat so much. Right now I'm fasting. I want to talk about fasting. I want to talk about weight loss. I want to talk about, all kinds of stuff. Like I want to be able to, this is what I want to do. I want to sit with someone for like an hour and then just have a conversation and be able to talk about, how you became this person. And then he asked me this, like when I was in prison, I met so many guys, man. There was guys that like, there's a guy that's one of my friends. They got in an airplane in Cuba and came into America, and they all went to prison for 20 years. And man, he has like a story. He wants to come on and tell it. I met a guy from Canada that through his computer robbed some, I think he said like Lowe's or I don't know, Best Buy, Home Depot for like $3 million, and he went to jail for like 6 years, and no one's ever found the money. I don't know if all this is true, but there's stories that people told me in prison, and I've got a lot of these guys. And then there's a guy that he used to smuggle a whole bunch of people from Mexico to here, but he did time. They did a bunch of years in prison. They got out, so they paid their time. So they're free. They're free to come. They're free to talk about it, and like that, people can learn about their stories. It's a bunch of stories. There's Colombians that were smuggling a bunch of drugs to the United States. Mexicans that were working with the cartels. Mexican guys, they were like chopping people's arms off. I know. I a lot of stories. A lot of crazy stories. They'd be like, hey, they were telling you're gonna get a job doing this, and when you get there, your job was like killing people and like crazy shit in Mexico. This is not in the United States. I'm talking about Colombia, Mexico, Africa, all kinds of different. I know a lot of Africans. They got crazy stories about over there and how they used to scam people in America for money and all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff but they all went to prison. You gotta understand, they went to prison, they paid their time. They're in different countries. So maybe I can have a Zoom conversation with them. So, but there's just so many different things that we need to learn about. I got friends around here that I could talk to about renewable energy, about all kinds of different things. Right now, like, look at this. Like, on January 1st, gambling is going to be available here in Toledo. Like, I want to have a segment on gambling. I want to have a correspondent to go and talk to people at the casino. Maybe not talk to people at the casino, but tell us a thing about a segment about betting at the casino. Tell me some numbers. Maybe we can have a segment where every day we have like a little area on. About the gambling in Toledo, or maybe we can have a segment about that, about healthy gambling, or about if anyone has a gambling problem, stuff like that. Because that too, like after that, we start talking about gambling a little bit and we get a big enough audience, then I can go to the casino and be like, hey, look, I got 1,500 people watching my podcast. Would you like to advertise on my podcast? And then I can get advertising dollars. And then there's going to be things that are becoming legal in the future. Things are legal in Michigan, like all them smoke shops and stuff like that. All them smoke shops are gonna. Right now, there's people that own the smoke shops in Michigan. They're buying smoke shops here in Toledo, and they're selling just like bongs and pipes and stuff like that. But when the cannabis becomes legal here in Toledo, they're gonna turn all those stores. They already bought the stores. They're already bought the stores. They're already working on it. They're already here in Toledo. They're just waiting for cannabis to be legal, and all the stores are going to be selling cannabis. And they're all going to have names, and they're all going to advertise on podcasts and on TV. And guess what? Not that many people watch TV anymore. The older generation watches TV, but the younger generation watches YouTube. They watch TikTok. They watch Snapchat, they watch Facebook is more the older crew too, but you got to have Facebook too, because Facebook drives people to your other. I can take this podcast right here and take little clips of it and put it on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and drive people to my YouTube channel. That's how I do it. I take little clips of this stuff that I'm doing. I do this 30-minute podcast right here, and I'll take little short clips of it and I'll put it on my other social media, and that's how I get people, drive people. When I go to my analytics in YouTube, like 97% of my views coming from a different site, which is like Facebook or TikTok. It's like 97. Only 3% are the people from YouTube. So basically, nobody from YouTube is helping me out. I'm just basically driving my own traffic to YouTube myself from doing the stuff that I'm doing. And also, when I got out of prison, if you Googled my name, as soon as you Google my name, you would just look up, it would be all prison stuff and like my mugshot and stuff like that. But now, when you Google my name, it's all positive stuff. My business, all positive stuff. All my TikTok, all like positive videos, everything's like great. Like I scroll down. I didn't see not one mugshot, nothing that had to do with nothing. I mean, maybe if you keep growing and you keep looking, yeah, you could probably find something, but it's nothing. I sold drugs and I went to jail for 3 years, and it was my fault. I sold drugs and I went to jail for 3 years, and then when I got out, I went to immigration for 6 months, and then I got immigration because they couldn't deport me because I'm Cuban. That's a communist country. They wouldn't accept me, so they had to let me out here in the United States. So I am responsible for what I did. No one else. Nobody put me in prison. Nobody did nothing. I sold drugs and I went to prison. It was my fault. I stand up for my stuff. I did that shit, and every single time that I say that, it hurts me to the death because I wish I would have never did any of that stuff. But you know what? That time in there, I learned this man that is right here is because of that time in there. Because that time in there, I got to sit down and think about everything, all my decisions. And a lot of times you think life is like predetermined, like it's already wrote. You're gonna die in this day, and you're gonna go to prison in this day. You're gonna do this in this day. No, all that stuff, the decisions I made led me to that. And I said that on my last video, that all my bad decisions led me to exactly where I was. So when I got out, I said, when I was in there, I read a lot of books and I learned a lot. When I got out, I said, I'm gonna start making good decisions. And that's, my mom had a bunch of houses she was cleaning, and I was like, Mom, let's just go 100% legit business. And we came up with a logo, we came up with a website, we grew the business, we came up with cars, shirts, professional, we got employees. Now we have a successful business. We got 2 employees. We actually got 3 or 4 employees, but a couple of them are like family members that, like my dad and my 2 dads basically. They both help us, you know, but they don't charge us. Like we just like, you know, they live with us, you know, so everything's like great. And then we just started growing that business, you know. And I was really, I wanted to do something like this a long time ago. Because like you gotta understand, like when I got out, there was only 800,000 podcasts, not even 1 million. Maybe there was 1 million podcasts when I got out. Guess what? Right now there's over 4 million podcasts. And then when I was looking at some research, I was looking at it like the other day, and it said only like 20% of Americans listen to podcasts. So if there's 4 million and only 20% listen, I should just start now, because if I don't start now, then what if that 20% gets to 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%? I want to start now so I can keep getting like bigger and bigger, because like those cannabis companies and stuff they'll be able to advertise on my podcast. As long as everything's legal, as long as it's legal, you can advertise on my thing. I'm not gonna do nothing illegal ever. No cannabis, until cannabis is legal in Toledo, Ohio, none of that will be on my podcast. But once it is legal, I can put, just like a beer company, if Budweiser wants to advertise on my podcast, hey, let's go. I'll put Budweiser shirt on. It's Happy Dad. Come on, Happy Dad. Happy Dad is like a big brand right now. Come on, Happy Dad, come on my podcast. I wish shit. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, no, we gotta go with what's legal. We gotta do what's legal, and that's how I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna talk to people that are already done with all their case. Everything's over. Their legal system is over. They're off probation. They can speak to me clearly without being scared and tell us a story. And then they don't have to tell people's names. I try not to put no one else into my stories, because it's my story. we are here on this earth to find ourselves. So I have to tell my story. I don't want to tell anybody else's story. I want to just tell my story. You know what I mean? I want to tell my story, and I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself. My real goal for real. You see this garage? Eventually I want to get like a building, right? I'm gonna put this out there. I don't care if someone does it or not. I don't care. If you do it, more power to you, because you can have another building. I can have one too. I want someone to create this, because if you create this, then I can rent a studio from you, and then I can start there, and then from there I can create my own shit. But I don't have the money to create this. But I'm gonna give you my idea, because I don't care. I want to get a building like that building over there on Main Street that someone just bought. That big old building that used to be like a boxing gym in the basement on Main Street in Toledo, Ohio. Somebody just bought that. I would take that building if I had the money, and I would make it a whole bunch of like different kind of podcast rooms, kitchens, so people can make YouTube videos, different kind of like setups for people to do different kind of YouTube videos, a workout area for people to work out, so people can just set up tripods and have like their workout gym, and then you charge people by the hour. Oh, you want to do workout videos? Okay, it's this much an hour. You go there, and they're gonna make a video, and you charge them good, like $100, $200 an hour, because they don't have. They can do that. You can do that at the gym. I don't know how much I'm gonna charge. I don't know. It's like a big just. I don't know how much to charge, because I don't know. I'm just coming up with this shit. I don't know. So then you have all these like setup rooms, right? And then you charge people either by the hour, or $20 by the hour, $50 by the hour, and they go into these rooms and they set up their tripods, and they make videos and stuff like that. Some rooms have podcasts, some rooms are kitchens, and people can come in and rent that area, and you gotta have all set up with everyone brings in their own equipment, their own stuff, and all that, so you can like get everything going real good. And I don't know. And then I think that would be like something cool, and I'll call it like Yogi'Z Studios. That's what my name's like my studios is gonna be called Yogi'Z Studios. Probably just Yogi, YOGI, Yogi'Z Studios. With a Z. I think studios with a Z. Yogi'Z Studios. Studios. The Z is very important to me. You know why the Z is important to me? That's why I put Yogi'Z. Yogi'Z with a Z. This is why Yogi'Z with a Z. There was a guy that worked with me. His name's Angelo Reyes. He worked with me at Norplast when I was younger. And man, very, very funniest guy in the whole world. He's the funniest comedian that I swear, if he wasn't a comedian, he's just a regular guy. But if he could have been a comedian, he used to eat people up, bro. He would be sitting down, we would be inspecting parts, and there'd be some guy right there. He would just be eating dude up for 8 hours, and the dude's laughing because it's so funny. Everybody was laughing. He was a good ass rapper, a good ass singer. He was amazing, man. But he ended up having like, I think, not exactly sure. I think he had like a heart attack or something, and he ended up passing away. But he used to call me YGZ. YGZ, YGZ. But YGZ sounds more like, my name is Yogi, but he used to call me YGZ. So I always had that Z, GZ, that G. So Yogi'Z. And then a lot of times, because Yogi is like a cartoon with the, they got their own branding and stuff. I don't want to like steal nobody's names. And then and also like on YouTube, there's a thing called Yogi'Z Garage. So I had to call it Big Yogi'Z Garage. Big Yogi'Z with the Z. The Z is important to me because of Angelo Reyes. Let's call him Jello. Big Jello. He was a good ass guru, man. Solid, man. Solid as they come, bro. Never let me down, bro. Never once. Anyways, yeah, that's why I call it Big Yogi'Z Garage. A lot of things mean a lot. 75 means a lot to me. That's my football number. Big Yogi. Big Yogi means a lot to me. My son, his name's Yogi. They call him Little Yogi, so that's why I call myself Big Yogi. I was gonna say just put Yogi'Z Garage, but no, I'm not like. Everyone has to be their individual person, so that's why I put a Big Yogi'Z Garage, so no one gets me confused for my son, Little Yogi. And his name's Yosvani, and my name's Yosvani. But I don't know. Everything's like right now. I'm just waiting for my, my wedding, so we can get our house. Once I get all that, then I can start like doing these podcasts a little bit better. I'm getting better equipment and stuff. Right now in my garage, we have no AC and nothing. It's so hot. This is just a garage. Like, I have AC in my house. This is a garage like detached from my house. Like, we live in an apartment, so this is like garage like out here. So we have no AC or nothing. So I just like kind of just did this. I'm gonna take all this stuff down and put it back in the house. I have like all my podcast stuff in a suitcase. I actually have a podcast suitcase now with all the equipment and stuff. I do have like the ear things and the microphones and all that, but I want my podcast to be like a chill. I want it to be chill, relax, you know. Big Yogi'Z Garage, the podcast, man. Thank you very much, guys. I'm gonna try to put this one on today. You guys have a nice day. I love you guys.